Hello. So, quite a few people have been asking me, where did Moonkeeper come from? And it got me thinking, I should make a video for this. Now, I had to write it all down because every time I thought about my writing season, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where it was gonna go. So I thought, you know what? Let's actually make note of my love for writing and write this down, because that's how it all started. I know I probably have read 5 books in my whole life. I knew nothing about spiritual fantasy novels, nothing. I was very drawn to some books but could never finish them. And there's a lot of family members in my family that love reading. And I watched them read and I just wanted to be able to be that engrossed in a book myself, but I could never find the right book or the time. And for a lot of my life, it's been very up and down. There has been a lot of roller coasters and lifing, and my brain going 100 miles an hour, trying to juggle 101 things. So to actually pick up a book and be engrossed in it without thinking of life was like, how is that even possible? I thought it was incredible. It was such a skill to be able to sit and read a book without thinking of anything else. That was a life skill that I thought I didn't have until I started writing. Then that was a game changer. Although I must admit that I've gone down a rabbit hole already. I'm only into reading my own books at the moment than I am other books. However, I know that now I'll be able to get to the point where I can actually sit and allow myself to enjoy someone else's book. So, it's coming. Now, getting back to what I've been asked about my own book, Moonkeeper. So, where did it come from? The funny thing is I never sat down and said, I'm going to write a book. Although I eat my words. The amount of things that I've experienced and witnessed in my life, I've always said, I'm going to write a book one day. But only out of what I thought then was, I need to tell the world about my life, because I don't think anyone would believe me if I tell them. And now, the future Layla, who has written a book, it's nothing about what happens in life. It's the complete opposite. It's more about how you... Oh, hi, beautiful birdie. Oh, I was just distracted by a beautiful bird. Okay, see, this is my life. Distractions and little chats with birds. How appropriate. Where was I? Let's go back to what I've written, because it will probably make more sense. So yeah, the funny thing is I never sat down and decided to write a fantasy novel. Never read a fantasy novel, let alone written one. If you'd asked me a few years ago whether I'd become an author, I would have laughed very loudly at that whole thought. But life happened instead, as you can hear my son. The last few years have looked a little different in my life. Some people might call it a spiritual awakening, and some people might call it a midlife crisis. If it is, it's a good one, okay? Some people might call it becoming of age, and I'm at that point in my life where I'm absolutely loving it. Like, if this is a midlife crisis, if this is what it is to grow and to learn from life rather than be stuck and bitter and twisted in what life gives you, but learn from it and grow from it, then I'm up for that every single day. Yeah. I think my son agrees too. Maybe it was just simply life asking me in ways I hadn't expected. Whatever it was, life cracked something open in me, that's for sure. Not in a dramatic overnight way, not at all. Very quietly, very subtly, quite slowly. Although I have family members that probably think this happened very, very quickly. It's been taking time. It's like a good brew. But it changed the questions I was asking. For years, I looked outside of myself for answers. What does everyone else need from me? Okay. How do I keep everyone happy? How do I fix this? How do I fix them? Until one day, the question changed. What do I need from me? That was a life-changing way of thinking. It was like my perception of life, my rose-colored glasses had been taken off, and I'm suddenly seeing from a different perspective, and I'm asking completely different questions. Now, as I said, where this came from, I don't know. The only way I can describe it is something was telling me, my inner voice, my inner knowing, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, something was telling me, change how you're asking these questions, because when you're saying, why me, what did I do to deserve this, and why is that happening, and da da da, it's so negative, and that wasn't my natural state. I'm naturally a very positive person, but I was creating my own negative dialogue, which made everything around me. My little birdie's back. Hello, beautiful birdie. Oh my God, I wish I could turn the camera around and show you. So everything changed in my perspective, and I started noticing everything in a different way, like just so clearly, that I lost track of what I was saying again. So something was telling me inside, write this down, change how you're asking yourself these questions. And when something difficult comes, when life's and there's a challenge that you come to, instead of viewing it as in a negative perspective, just flip it into something positive and be, what is this teaching me? What do I need to learn from this? And take a step back. Hold on. So this is a period in my life where I stopped. I went quiet. You could ask many of my friends. who heard from me daily, weekly, I went very quiet. I could not function without silence. I wanted to just put my phone in a bin and just be completely isolated. It was such a feeling, and it wasn't because I stopped caring about people. Absolutely not. The complete opposite. I cared so much, but I had to retract myself. I'd spent so much of my life looking after everybody else and putting everybody else's needs first and always being accessible for everyone else, that I'd forgotten how to listen to myself. That was big. I felt if I wasn't there for everybody else, then I was selfish. My beautiful bird is back. I felt like if I wasn't there for everybody else or available for everyone else, then I was being selfish. But I needed that time to do the work, listen, truly listen inside, and what do I need? And I think that's a beautiful place to be. It can be quite lonely, don't get me wrong. I just gave myself to myself because I really wanted to work on me. And what do I need? Because I know that when I'm the best version of me, no one's ever the bestest version, we're all still trying, but if you're choosing to better yourself, that's probably a better way of putting it, then I have to listen to me. I can't listen to what other people think the best version of me will be, because that's their opinion, their projection of what they think I should be. So for the first time, I actually gave myself permission to step back. That was massive for me. I stopped trying to rescue people. To stop believing my worth came from being useful. To care but not carry others. For me to become the adult I think the younger version of me would have felt safe with. Looking back now, I don't think Moonkeeper began because I wanted to write a fantasy novel. It was born because my questions changed. And maybe that's all growth really is. Not having all the answers, just learning to ask kinder questions. Questions that don't shame us, but help us understand ourselves a little bit more. Questions like, what do I need from me today? What is this showing me? What is this showing me? How can I respond in a way that feels true to the person I'm becoming? Because I'm still learning every single day. I'm not perfect, I'm human. But all humans, we're connected like nature. We are here on earth connected, evolving, maturing at different speeds. One way or another, we all end up getting where we're meant to be eventually, at the right time, at the right speed, at the right place. We're all on our own little journeys in life, and it's looking at how beautiful that is. Even on the hardest days, when we are on our knees. Like, I've been on my knees quite a few times. And I'm like, when? Stop asking the questions. Change the questions. What is this teaching me? It changes everything. So, where was I? Yeah, I don't wake up with all the answers. Definitely not. I still get things wrong. That's true. And we have to learn from every day. And I still have days I might react before I reflect, but I'm getting better at reflecting before I react. It's a growth stage. But I choose every day to become a little bit more compassionate towards other people and towards myself. Maybe that's what coming home really feels like. And before my children make so much more noise, which I absolutely love listening to, I'm going to leave it at that for today. So yes, I never set out to write anything, but my curiosity in growth and learning made me want to write more. I hope that resonated with someone today. Have a lovely week.